gotten a gym membership? Anything like that? No, okay, a whole bunch of you, all right. Or maybe you bought a bunch of, or some, not maybe not a bunch, but you bought some exercise equipment for home. You know, you get that elliptical machine or the treadmill that we had last week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you missed a big thing last week, right here. You bought a treadmill, or you get that elliptical machine, or one of those steppers, one of those things. I don't know how they do that, and they're reading while they do it. That kind of stuff. Or I've actually done this. I've gone to the store and bought a pair of shoes. See? I bought a pair of shoes thinking, you know what? I'm going to try the running thing. Every relationship, there are these. There are expectations that you have. A lot of times, they're not spoken. That goes really well. And then we have these. Reality. Right? This is what reality is. It's sort of like, we got our expectations over here, but in reality, this is what we're experiencing. And there's this gap between the two things here, right? No matter what the relationship, could be marriage, could be your siblings, could be cousins, could be work relationship, doesn't really matter what it is, right? The problem is, there's this gap, right? And the problem is that most of us, when we fill that gap, this is how we fill the gap. We assume the worst. We assume the worst in somebody. We just think that it's going to be a negative, right? The problem is, love bends, and love goes out of its way to actually believe the best. And here's the best part. We choose what goes there. We choose what goes there. Nobody else chooses for you. Nobody else chooses what goes in the gap here. Every relationship has a gap. Marriage, family, kids, work, whatever. You choose what goes in the gap. There is nothing to be gained by refusing to trust. If you don't trust, you are expressing suspicion. To express suspicion is an expression of rejection. How many people here like rejection? None of us likes rejection. Nobody likes rejection. Because the wiring that we have is wiring for connection between others. We are like attraction magnets. We want to be around people that are attracted to us. We do not move towards rejection. When there's a gap, you trust. When there's a gap, you trust. Not because they deserve it necessarily. In many cases, they may totally not. It's not the point. You trust because you have chosen to operate from a position of trust. If you do this, your relationships will be better. You have nothing to gain by believing the worst. You have nothing to gain by assuming the worst and filling that gap in with that. And you have nothing to lose by actually assuming the best or believing the best.